Wanted to call it quits about 4 miles into that run. The runner's high, the buzz of it, that has always been my favourite thing. Today we have got 18 miles to run. I can't remember the last time I felt this nervous. 16 miles down, 2 to go. I'm so ready for some food. Welcome back to another weekly vlog. We are on week 10 of marathon training. And this morning, I'm having a little cold and flu sachet. I haven't got like a full-on cold, but you know when it's brewing. Like I had a sore throat yesterday, and you know when the sore throat makes you feel ill, makes you feel sick. That's what I had, so I'm just trying to kill it before it gets me. But on the plan today is a gym session this evening. I was gonna try and do a run, but I think I'm just gonna rest up another day, because I'm still a little bit sore from Saturday on my back. So I'm gonna rest up today and then just carry on as normal tomorrow, which will be 6 miles. So yeah, we're almost halfway. We're almost halfway through marathon training, which is nuts. But yeah, I'm gonna have one of these delicious sachets, and I do mix in honey with it as well. That does take the sting away. And just do a little meditation to start the day off as I would like to go on. Start the week off as I would like to go on.
Welcome to your morning meditation to start your day.
I know I say it every single week, but I cannot wait for this weather to improve. Like, sitting in the house freezing all day, I'm just sick of it. Honestly, pull out the tiny violins for me. But does anyone else, like, when I'm cold, it makes me really sleepy. It makes my eyes go all heavy. I don't really understand why. But I'm just sick of being cold. I just want summer now. I'm ready for it. I think I got my high hopes. I think I got my hopes up too high. No, I think I got my hopes up high too prematurely, because too early, because I was thinking, oh yeah, we're going into February, so it's just gonna get warmer now, and it's gotten colder, and I can't do it anymore. I've got nothing left. Welcome to Tuesday. Just about to go out and do my 8-mile steady run. Psyching myself up for it. I don't know why I do this to myself every time. When I leave it all day, it's just always harder to get yourself out the door because you've had all day to think about it and to question your life choices and all that. But what on earth? I think like a bit of tree has come down in the garden. So yeah, I have actually been stretching. I just wanted to what am I saying, honestly? What am I saying? So yeah, I think, do you know what's annoying about this weather is you feel it and you think like, oh, I need to layer up. But I layered up for the 16-mile run that I did on Saturday. I have 2 layers of clothes on and then a gilet, and I was just roasting, I don't know, 2 miles into it. So, and I'm a very sweaty person, but yeah. Go and get 8-mile steady run done. can come home, have a lovely hot shower, get into my comfies, catch up with Max. Josh has cooked tea already, which is just lovely. So I've just got to warm up my tea. Oh, yeah. I'm trying as well not to think. I keep thinking about the 18 miles on Saturday instead of what I should be doing is focusing on today's run and then Thursday's run and then the 18 miles. But it's hard not to get caught up in it because it's something that I've not done before, and even though it's only 2 miles more than what I have done before, there's always that little bit of self-doubt in me. It's am I going to be able to do it? Is it going to go okay? All of these what if. All the things I can't control. All I can control is it's a very good angle, is it? All I can control is what I do in the build up to it, in terms of making sure I'm eating the right foods, making sure I'm hydrating, making sure I get proper and good sleep. That's all the things that I can control. Stretching, obviously. But apart from that, it's out of my hands, and it doesn't need to be in my hands. I don't need to control everything. I can let go of the control sometimes. Nothing bad is going to happen. But yeah. 8 miles steady, Tuesday. Week 10, we're on to double digits. Week 10 of marathon training. Bonkers. 8 miles steady run done. I'm having to use my phone as a flash because I underestimated the times, and it's obviously gone dark before I finished, but it wasn't too bad. It was only the last mile and a half, so I honestly wanted to call it quits about 4 miles into that run. I got really angry, and I just felt tired, and I was just why, you just you're going round in circles in your head. But even if I had stopped, I would have had to walk to get back, and 2, I would have just felt so shit. So it's worth just letting it be hard for however long, because how good you feel after always outweighs it, and you forget by the next time. This is how I'm training for a marathon. After my first half marathon, I was I'm never doing that again, and that was 2022. So what I was wanting to say in that little clip that I just filmed was marathon training is bloody difficult. State the obvious, but it's just so it is mental, and it's also so mental. It's fighting your brain constantly on a run. I mean, I think that's running in general, really, isn't it? But when an 8 mile run like today becomes a kind of midweek run that was once upon a time a long run that I would do on the weekend whilst training for a half marathon, it's nuts, and I think sometimes you forget that as well. When I had the 2 10 mile runs a couple of weeks ago in the week, I forgot that it's like, that's actually a long distance. And, you know, it's the same with an 8-mile run, or I guess it's different for everyone and what you're used to. But once upon a time, 8 miles was a long distance for me. And I mean, you know, technically speaking, it still is a long distance. I just happen to be training to run a longer distance than that, over double 8. Don't ask me why. But yeah, I at one point I just felt like really angry, really frustrated. I wanted to cry. I just felt angry, I think, and then I just wanted to stop. And in those kind of moments, I get a bit self-centered and maybe a bit selfish, because I get into like this silly mentality of, oh well, I have free will, like why am I choosing to do this with my time? And then I kind of get angry at, like, you know, I've been through XYZ, why am I putting myself through this? Like I'm opting to put myself through this challenge and this pain, and and I get really angry. And like, I wish I could play you this argument that's going round and round in my head, because it's just ridiculous. And it's I don't know how to describe it other than it's like very much first world problems. And I try and drill it into my head, this kind of affirmation that I get to do this. I get to go and train for a marathon. I get to go out and run. I get to go and run 8 miles after work. I have the freedom to do that. I don't have things that are stopping me from doing that currently. I'm very kind of, I haven't got responsibilities necessarily. And it's not always going to be like that. There's going to come a time one day where I'll have more responsibilities, or I'll be busier, or I might not, touch wood, I might not have the physical capability to train how I'm training right now. So instead of me being like, why am I putting myself through this? Like, I really need, and it's hard, but I really need to take a step back and be like, have you listened to yourself? Because you sound ridiculous. Like, you've chosen to do this, and it's not that deep. And thirdly, like, what a blessing that you get to do this. You get to train for a marathon. You get to train for a race. You get to go and run. You get to go and do the hobby that makes you feel really good. Like, this, despite parts of the training being really difficult, running is and has always been what makes me the happiest. It's always cleared my head. It's always like the runner's high, the buzz of it. That has always been my favourite thing. And there was a point a couple of years ago where I didn't think I'd be able to get back into running. So, you know, pull out the tiny violins. There's so many factors. And sometimes I think I need to bring myself back down to earth a little bit, because I get so caught up in my head, and just, yeah. It's not that deep at the end of the day. Despite me talking for 5 minutes, it's not that deep. But I get to go home now, and I'm going to have a shower, and I'm going to eat my tea, and I'm going to snuggle up with Maxie, and I'm just going to chill out. Maybe journal. Journaling is probably a good idea after that run. But yeah. It's making me look like I've got a beard. What day are we on? Wednesday.
Well, Max, no.
Welcome to Wednesday. We're just walking Max on my lunch break. I've not got a run today. It's a complete rest day apart from this walk. And I've got 5 or 6 miles tomorrow to run, and then 18 miles on Saturday. Did you find them? Don't mind me, I'm just currently in the queue for the like lottery thing for the New York City Marathon, because I'm that delusional that I'm thinking maybe I could do the New York City Marathon. Maybe I'll get lucky and maybe I'll get a space. I'm just putting it out there. I'm currently in the queue. My estimated wait time is 43 minutes. Either way, I'm gonna try for it. Even though yesterday I was questioning why have I signed up for a marathon. But it just looks incredible, the New York one. And when we were in New York, we went end of November last year, and our hotel, I think our hotel must have been like a sponsor of it or something. So they had like, in the lifts and stuff, they had like adverts playing of it. But they had like a little leaflet thing which showed the map of the marathon, and I didn't realise you literally start at one point and finish at the end. It doesn't like loop round. You literally do like the length of what I think is the length of New York. So I'm just putting it out there. If I get a space, I would be so grateful. But it might not happen. But it could happen. Why couldn't it happen? See if I can stay patient enough to actually stay in this queue. 1 minute. I'd love to know like what planet this minute is on, because it has definitely been like 5 minutes. Oh, the suspense. Oh, it's your turn. Ah! Okay. Okay, runners who kind of like... Right, I need to read this. I proceeded to checkout about 10 times. Oh, well, it's done. I don't know what it is about me and timings, but I just can't seem to get them right. I left the house in what I thought was enough time to get, to the train station to get my train, because usually it takes like 35 minutes, 40 minutes to get here because of traffic, and so I left in enough time. Turns out like there's a train that I could get right now, but that train would, basically context, we've got a training day today that doesn't start till 10. So that train would get me like an hour early. So I'm going to wait for the next one, which was the one that I was originally getting. But even that one actually like gets me in a bit too early. I don't know. But it's fine. I can sit in my car for a bit. I got a cup of tea. Because I was trying to figure out, did I have enough time to do a run this morning? And I ended up concluding that no, I didn't have enough time to do a run this morning. But I actually think I would have had enough time to do my run this morning, because I miscalculated the timings. Like I wouldn't have had to like been ready by the time that I said, because I thought that I would have to leave by that time, because it took me a lot less. But I mean, I say this, but traffic is so unpredictable. You just can't really risk it, can you? So basically I will just do my run after work today. I think that guy also has turned up too early for his train, because he has got a coffee and a snack and he's walking back to his car. So it's not just me. I'm gonna have fun putting that together, seeing how haggard I look compared to this morning. But I am just on my way home now. And my plan is to get home, get changed, get back out, do my 6 miles, get home, get changed, have a shower and chill out for the evening. I feel very tired this week. I think I was in bed early last night as well. I say that, I don't actually know if I was asleep before. But anyway, that is the plan. 6 miles done. Not too bad considering I've literally been on tea, coffee and cakes and beige food literally all day long. I'll take that. Hello, welcome to oh, I don't need to start it like that, do I? Welcome to oh, for God's sake, Friday. I'm just nipping out to the gym quickly. I was meant to go this morning, but I didn't go. Which is fine. I was tired. And I honoured that for the millionth time this month, probably. But yeah, I'm not going to go too mental because, in case I haven't mentioned about 10 million times, I have got an 18-mile run to do in the morning. So I don't really know. I think I'm just going to try and like stretch mostly, do a couple of little exercises. I don't really know why I gave myself the rest day on the Wednesday. I should have done the rest day today. Because I am actually like, well, not fatigued, but I can feel that I went for a run yesterday because I was pushing quite hard in that run. But it is what it is. Sunday will be a rest day. I'd rather go today than Sunday because Sunday I will need the rest. But yeah, as I said, I'm not going to go too crazy. Just a little session, stretch the legs, and just kind of continue working to my goal of supporting the legs and the body that is carrying me through marathon training, basically. It's 6 a.m. and I am up ready to eat my porridge. Because today we have got 18 miles to run. We're on Saturday. I don't want to do this run. I feel really nervous. I don't want to eat the porridge because it's going to make me feel sick. I'm just nervous more than anything. I don't know why. Like, I do know why, but also how nervous I am. I'm just like, I don't need to be this nervous. But yeah, anyway, eat my porridge. I've got a bit of time to chill, let it settle, and then get out and do the run. It is a flat run today, so that's the positive. I've got a couple of podcasts to listen to that will get me through it. But yeah, I'm just really, 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 really scared. Okay. We're ready to go, kind of, almost. Oh. The thing is, like, it's 33 minutes past 3. 3? What? 33 minutes past 7. I got up at 6, and this is what I do. I kind of like give myself enough time to eat my breakfast and let that go down. But then I also am just like, the time starts approaching where I should be getting ready, and I'm just kind of like that. But when I said this is what I signed up for when I was doing a half marathon distance as a training run, this really is what I signed up for as I head out for an 18-mile run on a Saturday morning. The good thing about it though is there's no pressure on pace. It's just about getting the run done. So that is my goal today. I'm not gonna clock watch, pace watch, whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna do my best to just finish the run. I can't remember the last time I felt this nervous. It's just another run. It's just another run. So I'm about 4 and a bit miles in to my 18-mile run. It's alright. I'm just trying to take it mile by mile, and I've got 2 Hot Takes podcast playing, which is helping to distract me. Over halfway, tired, I can't wait to finish. 4 miles to go. Really struggling. Yeah, here's what it is. Just want to get it done now. 16 miles down, 2 to go. This has been really, really tough, but we're almost there. 18 miles done. Thank for that. I'm so ready for some food, water. I'm dying for some water. I ran out of water. Just dying for some water and food. This is the post-run refueling plate. I'm gonna have a bath, so I'm gonna eat my sandwich in the bath, that sounds disgusting, but I mean, I think it's pretty normal to snack in the bath. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this. Questionable how many pretzels I've got, but just, yeah, it is what it is. I love pretzels. I probably took way too many on my run with me. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's get refueling, get all the carbs back in, and it's just an excuse to eat so much food. I love it. This is meal number 1, courtesy of Josh. This is meal number 2. Main course. And these are meal 3. Dessert. It is the day after I ran my first 18-mile run. We're on Sunday. I want to say I've had a lazy Sunday, but I feel like I haven't done quite a bit, but it hasn't really been a lazy Sunday. I basically, Josh made me a cup of tea before he went to golf, and then so I was lying in bed like reading my book, and then I was like, okay, well, I need to go and have breakfast now. So I came down, had my breakfast. Then I saw the back doors were dirty because where Max gets so mucky on his walks, sorry, just pretend like oh, I can still see it. Just pretend like I have a pristine home and there's no washing hanging up in the background. Yeah, the doors were filthy and I was just looking at them, and like Josh literally cleaned them the other day, but it's where he gets mucky and then he like shakes and blah, blah, blah. So I thought I'm gonna go out and clean the doors, so I did that. And then I just had like a little wipe down of surfaces and stuff, put a wash on. I mean, it's probably the bare minimum for a Sunday morning, but it's fine. More importantly though, I'm feeling alright. I actually don't feel, when I did the 16 miles last week, I felt like on the Sunday I was like really tired in the morning. I didn't feel like that this morning when I woke up. The only thing I did have this morning was I woke up at 4:30 and my back was so sore. It's weird, like it's not painful, it's just like an achy muscle type of pain. Like it feels more muscular than anything else. But I have booked myself in with a physio next week just to get a kind of MOT and just, I don't know. I don't know if I'm compensating for something else in my body. I don't really know, because I've been trying to incorporate more lower back stuff now in the gym, and then I've read things that says it could be your core, and so the best thing to do is actually go and see someone who knows what they're talking about, not just Google everything, and continue to put up with the sore back. It was all right on the run yesterday, but like the 16-mile run, it was agony towards the end. It literally, I was coming up one of the inclines I had on the run, and my back literally felt like it was going to snap. So we don't want that. But anyway, I don't think I quite finished the story that I was saying. So my back was hurting. So I made myself a hot water bottle. Because Josh got me one of those ones a couple of years ago now, that for like, because I get, cramping. So it sits on your belly, and then it's got a Velcro, so it ties up at the back, so you can it's like a hands-free water bottle basically. So I just swapped it around and had it on my back, and then I went to sleep with it on, and then woke up really hot. But it definitely helped, and I can't really feel much there this morning. So I've started reading a new fictional book, which has been nice, because I've been on a bit of a trail of self-help stuff, which is all well and good, but sometimes I just need a bit of time to switch off. So fictional books are where I can kind of switch off. So I'm enjoying that at the minute. But yeah, the podcast, I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday. The podcast I was listening to is called 2 Hot Takes, and they basically read stories that people have posted on Reddit. I think they must have their own Reddit channel, and people post things on there and ask for opinions, and then they basically just discuss these stories. And I was saying to Josh yesterday, because I love, I love self-help. I'm always I've always been intrigued by it, always looking for ways to improve myself and stuff like that. I am a fan of kind of self-help podcasts, but when I listen to those on a run, I get because I'm trying to focus so much on the podcast and also on the running, I find it really difficult. I can't really explain what I mean, but I just find that my mind is trying to focus on something that I'm hearing, and then also trying to focus on getting myself through a run, and it just becomes a bit too much. Whereas I listened to this podcast, and because it was I could, if I zoned out, it was fine. I didn't need to kind of go back and be oh my god, what were they talking about? It's just easy to listen to. So would recommend that one for long runs. I just find on long runs music gets really boring and repetitive for me. I can do it on the shorter runs where I need to go faster, but the longer runs where it's hours and hours, it's just doesn't do it for me. So yeah, but today I was having a chilled one this morning. Like I said, I've got a little coffee and I'm going to read some more of my book, and then when Josh gets home, we're going to take Max out for a long walk somewhere. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just stretching the legs. Did you get through? Josh is trying to get a ball.
Look at me.
You're so mucky. So we just got home from a nice little last minute carvery. So yeah, I just wanted to round up the vlog here because I know that the rest of my Sunday now is going to be spent on the sofa watching TV and doing nothing. But to summarise, to bring it to a close as we always do, go over the highs and lows of the week. I think in terms of low points, I'm really kind of clutching at straws. But I think there were a couple of miles in the 18-mile run yesterday where I was flagging and I really hit the wall, didn't feel strong, didn't feel great, which is to be expected, I think, when you're running longer than you've ever run before, like more than what your body's used to, and obviously just running a long distance. So when I say low point, I feel like I am really clutching at straws there because there's nothing from the week. And as I say, like each week, I'm very lucky to have that, that I'm looking back at a week and there is nothing awful about the week. But I feel like it's still good to reflect on it and to think back. So for the highs, and I always feel the highs seem to come a lot easier at the minute, despite it being, I don't know what it is, I think training for a marathon is hard, and I said that at the start of the week after my 8-mile run. It is hard, like it's challenging, don't get me wrong, it's not smooth sailing, but I think it's pushing your body and seeing what you're really capable of is what makes it worth it. Even though I can't really explain it, but there's parts of it that are really, really difficult, and especially in the winter, it's not easy. But then seeing your fitness progress, being able to run a distance that you didn't think you were capable of, like I think that run yesterday was quite a milestone for me, because even though I put myself in this position and I signed up for a marathon, and I know that at the end of April I will have to run 26.2 miles, I've sort of been relying on delusion to get me this far. So now to be running a distance that, 8 miles away from marathon distance, it kind of feels a bit more within reach. And I think even though 8 miles again is still a long distance, I just think mentally I'm like, oh, maybe I am capable of doing this. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. So yeah, not easy by any means, but the highs of it, of getting to do those long distances and to see, where you can progress and how your body adapts, is quite amazing. So I don't really know if I was to summarise all of that, what that is. But that's the high. And I also think achieving that 18-mile run afterwards felt so good. On the last mile, I shock horror started to get a bit emotional, and I was just like, wow, because again, there was a part of me that didn't think I'd be able to do it. And I mean, on the run, I got up to a couple of points where I was like, if I wanted to stop and just call it quits now, how would I get home? And there was no straightforward way for me to get home if I did do that. So it there was no option to stop, which was good. But so to prove yourself wrong is an amazing feeling. I think that sort of concludes the week. Next week is, I want to call it is a deload week, isn't it? Yeah, next week is a deload week / rest week. So it's cutting back on the mileage. So my long run next week is 10 miles, which is just bliss. And I never thought I would say that, but it is. I'm looking forward to those 10 miles. It's just, all part and parcel of marathon training. So yeah, week 11 of marathon training kicks off next week. Week 10 of marathon training comes to an end. So thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know in the comments if you're training for anything, if you have any thoughts on any of the chaos in this vlog, and I will see you next week.